Hi, I'm Roshan Wijeyaratne. I am the founder managing director of Event Productions Private Limited.
Hi, I'm Rayush Wijeyaratne and I'm a director at Event Productions.
I entered the entertainment industry almost 42 years ago as a DJ. Then I got into full-time events 32 years ago.
I've been in the industry for over 10 years now. I've been involved in almost every aspect of the business in terms of production, planning and actual execution.
So since then we've been producing events, corporate events, concerts, fashion, including international events.
I enjoy what I do. I enjoy producing lots of different kinds of corporate events.
From the Cubicle.
What made you get into event management?
Well, I joined an entertainment company where we were bringing down foreign bands and theatre and fashion. And I was initially handling the marketing for the company, and then I started producing and managing the events. So, and I continued doing the same thing thereafter.
I would say for me, growing up, I didn't have it in the back of my mind that I wanted to be in event management, but after seeing my father and what he did throughout the years and having an interest in that line of work is what made me think about getting into the industry.
What was your first big breakthrough in the industry?
Well, when I was studying at hotel school, I was introduced to Gabo Pires by Harpo, and I started DJing for Club 52. We were doing mobile, so our job included in setting up events basically in Colombo and out of Colombo, where it was basically big parties, or we used to call them discotheques. And I started DJing there. So there we started working with equipment and lighting and installation and so on. So that's when I actually got involved with the entertainment industry almost 40 plus years ago.
Well, I wouldn't say breakthrough as such, but in terms of something that was very impactful for me and made me at least realize that I have this kind of a skill to be in this industry was around 2012, if I'm not mistaken. I'd handled quite a few corporate events on my own with the team, but we handled the Sunburn Festival, which was a huge project, and having gone through that from start to end, I felt personally that that was one of my biggest achievements back then.
What's the vision you have for your company?
Well, my vision has always been to have an organization that provides a personalized professional service. I would say professional ethical service, and that is what we continue to do. And we are not driven by numbers. We are a company that's driven by being professional and the services that we offer our clients.
So I would say a similar answer. The top at my list in terms of a vision for all our clients and existing and future is that we are seen as the most reliable company, and having that in the forefront and that in our vision is something that I feel we should and we will always work towards.
What makes your event management services unique?
Well, our company is, I would call it a family company. So basically our services are personalized. Rayush and I both would personally attend to all the events. Rayush handles more of it now, but in whichever way that every event we handle is basically handled by either Rayush or me, and I would say that's the uniqueness of our company.
I would have to agree. It's I would say the personalization of the service that we offer. We try and get involved as much as possible, from conceptualizing from the initial brief to the actual execution of the event, which maybe you don't see across the board in the industry, but we feel that personalized service is what makes us, what has essentially brought us to where we are.
How do you define success?
Well, for me, success is not measured by the assets you have, the number of staff, or the size of your office, or your turnover. For us, success is having repetitive clients where they keep working with you. Now we have clients who've been working with us for almost 25 years continuously. So for me, that is success in terms of when clients keep coming to you, and we don't market our services. We have clients basically who come to us. So I would look at that as being success.
I would simply say I define success as being happy in what you do, in how you feel when you do it. Success of having not only us, but from a client's perspective as well, them being happy and reach their objective after an event. That for me is how I would define success in this particular field at least.
Cubicle.
What do you enjoy the most about being in event management?
It's a very interesting job. It's dealing with people and with events. Basically, every event we do is different. So it's always a new experience. We work with people in the entertainment industry or fashion or from the corporate world. So it's an absolutely interesting job, and you'll never get bored of it. And that's what's nice about event management.
I enjoy the most and find the most interest in the fact that nothing is too repetitive. We're always meeting new clients, newer kinds of events, newer venues. So that challenge of having to figure things out every time we do a production is what keeps it interesting for me.
How do you handle stress?
Well, event management, I think, comes within the 10 of the most stressful jobs in the world. And it's a high stress job, high pressure job, but if you enjoy it, you can manage your stress. If it's basically stress during an event where you have a crisis or a technical issue, just because we would immediately get cracking on it and solve the problem. I also pray, that helps me. But if it's stress planning an event at home, always music and a glass of wine always helps me.
Stress is something that is always around with this kind of job. I would say on-site stress during events and off-site when you're planning events. I would say what I would do for both is I kind of take it as it comes. Whatever stress, whatever the situation is, there is a way to figure it out. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be quick, but I think just telling myself that there is a solution for whatever the issues that possibly could happen with work is what keeps me sane.
What has been the most important part of your journey so far?
I think for me, it's the relationships that we've built, that I have built with my clients, and having loyal, appreciative clients over the last 30 plus years, I think has been absolutely important, and that's very special to me because these clients have been working with us for so long, and they truly appreciate the work we do for them. So I think that is absolutely special to me.
I would say the most important part of my journey is, because this is not something that I always thought I would get into, so the most important part has been everything that I've learned, which has been from scratch, from the people handling skills to actual equipment to all the stresses and that come with this industry. Being able to tackle that and kind of deal with it year on year has been important to me, in the fact that I've made it so far.
What would you like your legacy to be?
Well, for me, I've basically focused a lot on business ethics, and we've maintained, I'm proud to say, we maintained that, from the time we started our business, running basically I would say an ethical business organization, where we have so many beliefs that we follow, and that's what I want to leave behind, to know that we ran a business, we were successful doing business the right way.
I would say for me, I want to be known as the trusted event manager that all my clients work with. We've heard stories, we've heard scary stories of clients and event managers where things don't go right, and they bring us in the next year and tell us that they would want someone who they can trust. And when we do achieve that, it's a great feeling. So I would definitely like to leave a legacy of being able to be reliable and trustworthy for anything in this industry.
What is the long-term outlook for this kind of business?
Well, basically, technology is taking over the industry compared to what it was, I would say, 30 years ago. And basically, we have to start adapting ourselves to all the new technology that keeps coming up. So we have to be innovative, newer ideas, and I would say that that would be the way forward for our industry to keep moving.
I would say the long-term outlook for this kind of business is positive yet challenging because there are so many opportunities for the industry to grow in terms of the amount of events and the scale of events that could happen. But the challenge is, for example, the new normal that we're living in, and seeing how we can progress in the future with all these restrictions.
How have you handled adversity and tough times during COVID?
Well, a year before COVID, we were hit with Easter Sunday bomb attacks, and we ran the business, without any work for about 4 months. And when COVID hit us, we had to come up with new ideas. So I think in April itself, we started working on online events and hybrid events, and we started experimenting. We built up a studio in our office, and we started trying out new things to keep the industry running and to service our clients. And we managed to get through the last 2 years working a lot on online and hybrid events.
Yeah, I would say technology had a lot to do with that. We had to get cracking on what we could do for our clients in this new normal. So adapting was not easy. It was us learning the process, a completely new process, which is not easy, but the fact that we were able to sustain ourselves the last 2 years looking into that side of things, I do feel we did an okay job.
How do you plan on growing your business?
Well, I've always looked as growth as where, I didn't want the company to grow to a level of where we will not be able to cope with the business or handle the events, because we personally handle our clients. We've not been focusing on growing our business in terms of bringing in more revenue or turnover. Our growth has been in terms of services and technology. And what we will continue doing is managing, taking on work that we can manage, where we give up personalized service and attention to every event that we do.
I would say the plan for growth would be to kind of look towards the future of the next few months and this new normal, see how we could keep evolving. Yes, we do a portion of online events, hybrid events, but how can we go beyond that? How can we capture an audience in a completely different way compared to what we did with them before? So I would say growth in that side of things and how we could get people's attention is what we need to focus on a lot.
If you had one piece of advice to someone just starting out, what would it be?
Never join this industry thinking that you can make money. The idea is, don't get into the industry just thinking of the business side of it. You have to love events, and you need to start from the bottom. You need to understand equipment. You need to understand technology. To produce an event or to manage an event, you have to know at least the basics on what technology is available, what equipment is all about, and how to use that technology at all the events. So it's important to be focused. And the other most important thing is that to basically follow business ethics, do things the right way, and don't focus on the rupees and cents, but focus on the event, and that will take you far.
The one piece of advice I would give someone who's thinking of joining this industry is try not to take any shortcuts. This is an industry where you really have to know what you are doing. It's not just people skills, it's technology, it's dealing with equipment. Shortcuts are going to get you in big trouble. So I would recommend learning as much as you can if you're thinking of being a part of this industry.
From the Cubicle.
What differences do you see in each other as business personalities?
I think where Rayush is concerned, the way we conduct business and our beliefs, I think we are on the same wavelength. But in terms of when handling an event, where Rayush is concerned, you can't talk to him about anything else. I can't go and ask him questions about the next day's event or anything like that. And he'll tell me, Tati, can we discuss that later? Because I'm focused on this. So he's absolutely focused. And so I guess for me, when I'm handling an event, I will talk to other people, I'll talk to the client, I will be discussing other things. But I think with Rayush, we can't do that. So I normally stay away from him when he's managing an event.
I completely agree, and I would say a difference in our personalities. I'm a lot calmer than he is. That's my short and sweet answer for that.
What advice would you give each other?
Advice, okay, what I've always told Rayush is that not to do things the way I have been doing the last 30 or 40 years. I've always told him, do something different, take the business to a different level, don't do exactly what I've been doing. And also, of course, in the way we conduct business, ethics and so on. So, and he's been following that, I think, from day one. He's been believing in that, and I think my advice has always been to continue doing things the way you're doing right now and not to change anything, because that will take you far.
It's not too often I get the chance to advise him, because I'll be very honest with you, everything that I've learned has been from him, and I would still go to him when I'd face situations for advice. So I'm not in a position to give him advice other than to say pretty much thanks and take it easy now, because we've got things under control.
What's your impression of each other with regards to business skill?
I think in terms of managing and running events to planning and producing events, I think Rayush is amazing, and he's like a very good client of mine said. He said, he always thought that I was the best. He said, but after he started working with Rayush, he's figured out that Rayush is far better than the father. So, I'm proud of that, because he's basically doing things in a fantastic way. Of course, like the way I was when I was young, he's not focused on rupees and cents when he deals with clients. From a financial angle, I don't think that's a good thing, because he doesn't look at profit, he looks at a successful event.
I would say my impression and what I've learned a lot is his attention to detail, which has only grown over the years, and it's something that I learn a lot from. There are still instances where no matter how many times I look at something, I might not catch it, but he just needs one look, and that impression that he gives is not just something that I take to heart. I know everyone within our company, everyone we work with, including our clients, know that he has that attention to detail, and that's something that we all try and strive towards.
How hard is it to maintain a profit in event management?
Well, right now it's absolutely tough with the current situation. I'm sure you would agree with me, because we've got a lot of people who come into the business not knowing what event management is. They've just found money, or they've got money and they've invested in equipment, and for them it's the number of events you do for a month is important. It's not the success of the event. So what they do is that they take events basically doing it at almost cost or absolute small margins, and you cannot cover the cost of your equipment, of your investment. So that has made things really tough. So what we need is more people who are focused on producing and giving clients good service and presenting good events is important than just coming into the business to say I have done 20 events a month or 30 events a month and trying to make without looking at the business angle as well.
I would say another angle right now, profitability is very hard considering the situation that we're in. Yes, we moved slightly away from that many physical events, but now since they're coming back, the issue that we have is materials and labor and those kind of long-term problems that could be an issue for a few years. So I would say those are factors that are affecting profitability right now, and that's the biggest strain that any event company would have and stop them from increasing their profits at this point.
What do you think about this program?
I think it's fantastic because it's something different. One is that you're bringing two people from the same industry or two people from the same organization. I don't think we've had a conversation like this. We have in a organization, you have people with different ideas, different views, in way you conduct business, and it's nice because it brings out your personality and as to what your business ideas and views are, in doing events and any other business that you do.
Well, to be honest with you, this is, I think, my first ever in front of camera interview. So I like the fact that I'm comfortable, the fact that the questions are things that we usually talk about anyway. It's topics that we discuss, but we don't really get to share with anyone who's interested within the industry or anyone who likes what we do. So the fact that we got a platform to share what we think about those topics was nice. So thanks for having us.
Thank you very much. Yes, it was great.